Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, another one. Man. And now, it's crazy what's going on here.
Me.
Jurrien Timber is the latest player to, well, from all accounts, looking like the deal has been done. Chris Wheatley has tweeted out today, he's a journalist, that Jurrien Timber is set to undergo a medical at Arsenal, and Ajax have agreed a fee in the region of £40 million. First call by Mike Varej, I think he calls it. Now, that sort of money's around about £36 million. We know that Arsenal have put in a previous bid, which was broken by David Ornstein, of £30 million, which was rejected. But now they've gone back in with an improved offer of around about 36 million. And Fabrizio Romano also tweeted out and said, understand that Arsenal and Ajax are now entering the final stages of talks for Jurrien Timber. Deal progressing after a 45 million to 48 million pound bid submitted on Monday, that's before the Declan Rice thing. Parties are now getting closer, but still some points to be discussed. We know that Jurrien Timber has accepted terms. He wants to come to Arsenal. That's well documented. And this is another one. They are not messing about. This could be 3 deals worth nearly £200 million completed before the end of July. I mean, it's mad.
We mean business for once. We're actually moving how we should be moving. This is what I dreamed of for us when we moved into the Emirates, to be able to hit a transfer window like this. So credit to everyone involved, because if we get these 3 deals over the line in the next 5 to 7 days, let's say, they'll all be ready for pre-season, they'll all be ready for the tour. And then I think it's time to focus on player sales and then hopefully a couple more additions. But the way we've attacked the market this year, exactly what I've been wanting for over a decade now.
The point that you've made there is so significant in that we've normally been used to Arsenal selling, making those player sales first, and then attacking the market late on in the transfer window. But they've obviously got a serious policy here where it's all about getting it done early and quickly.
And it's important that proactivity is as important as how much you're spending. You know, knowing what you want, going and getting it early on in the pre-season and the transfer window is as important as how much you're spending. Mikel Arteta said that the last couple of years, and I think, again, a lot of the credit has to go to him because this is something he's demanded. Last year was the first time I actually seen us get good quality additions in the side before a pre-season tour. This time round, we've done it again in even more emphatic style by breaking the transfer record for Rice. Havertz just 7 million shy of our previous transfer record, and now Timber. All positions that we all wanted players in. I know the Havertz one, there's a bit of debate about it. None of us really know the idea, but he's talked about midfield, Mikel. So let's say he's the 8. We've got an 8 in, we've got a 6 in, and we've got a right back / centre back in. That's 3 areas that we had to attack. So credit to them.
3 very expensive players because, you know, even the Timber one, I mean, all right, with some of the money that's being spent, it doesn't seem like much. £36 million, still a lot of outlay on a player. Dutch international, established Dutch international. Remember at the start of last season in the transfer window, Manchester United, he was their number 1 target during Timber. I think Ten Hag might be a bit disappointed, even though he's got like your Varans and people like that. He would have loved to have maybe brought in a player like this into the squad, but he's chosen to come to Arsenal. Yeah,
I mean that was my first kind of indicator towards Timber when United were linked when Ten Hag came in last summer. I haven't seen much of him, but since being linked to him, judging by people's comments, reviews and highlights, he looks the perfect addition to what we have now. Someone that can either push Ben White or replace Ben White as the right back. Someone that can slot in if anything happens to Saliba, if he needs a rest. Equally, Ben White can do that and Timber can start on the right. He can also drop into midfield. He's composed on the ball, confident on the ball, and that's all key metrics for what Mikel Arteta's philosophy seems to be, which is a team that's very flexible positionally.
And on the Saliba thing, you know, there's news coming through today that's looking to be confirmed as well. That Saliba is signing a new long-term contract at Arsenal, so expect some confirmation on that. Could even be as early as today, if not tomorrow. That's like a signing.
That's as big as Rice deal for me.
And Ethan Nwaneri, again, a statement of intent today that the youngster who'd been linked to a host of clubs, including Manchester City and also he'd been linked to Chelsea. The story is that they'd offer him better terms as well, more money to come to them, and he's chosen to stay at Arsenal. And that's showing that these young players in particular are excited about Arsenal again, because I think if that had been a couple of seasons ago, he'd be off. Yeah.
A couple of seasons ago, it's uncomparable to where we are right now. And to be honest, when you look at City, when you look at Chelsea, when you look at Arsenal, for a youngster, you look at the academy players in all three sides, and your best bet is just to remain here. Hopefully, it does turn out to be something special. There's a lot been said about him, but it's good to see that, as well as Saka, Martinelli, and Saliba's contracts, we're securing the next in line as well.
All right, I'm just seeing another tweet here from Fabrizio Romano where he's tempering things down slightly. He said, Jurriën Timber deal now at the final stages, as revealed earlier, so it's getting there. But no medical has been scheduled yet, he says. There are still some details to clarify between the clubs. Looks like a matter of time, though, he says. And then Mikel Arteta will have one more top signing. So what he's basically saying there is that the medical has not been scheduled yet, as been reported by some people, but it's all but done. And Jurriën Timber will become an Arsenal player, and that's another one in the back.
It feels like a new era, Rob, you know? Don't you get that feeling?
I do get that feeling. It feels different to transfer windows. I mean, you know, I remember going back to when we was calling windows, Higuain daily and, Benzema daily and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I spoke about it earlier. We did a live on the Invincible podcast. Guys, get and check that out, where I spoke about how I remember that transfer window when the only signing we made was Petr Cech.
Yeah.
That
was one of our worst.
Yeah, £10 million. That was the whole summer, and all we signed was a goalkeeper.
And that was early.
Yeah. It was early, and for the whole rest of the summer, we were linked with this player and that player, and we didn't. This does feel like a new beginning, a new era. I mean, we did. When you think about it, last season we did our business early as well. With Gabriel Jesus and things like that. But I don't know. Some of these signings here seem a little bit more significant. In a way.
It's everything, Rob. It's the signings. It's breaking the British transfer record fee for a British player. It's the contracts that have been signed by all of our youngsters. Everything right now is going in the right direction. Literally everything.
All right. Well, let's just break it down to you guys again. It was Chris Wheatley who tweeted out, and I think it was via a guy called Mark Verwijs, from, I think he's Dutch. He said, Jurriën Timber set to undergo a medical after Arsenal and Ajax agree a fee in the region of £40 million. We've been understanding that could be like around about £36 million. But as I just said, they're tempered down slightly by Fabrizio Romano, who first of all tweeted out and said, understand that Arsenal and Ajax are now entering to the final stages of talks with Jurriën Timber. Deal progressing after a 45 million to 48 million bid submitted on Monday, which, as I said, that was before the Declan Rice thing was all out there. We spent all this time talking about Declan Rice. We've forgotten about
Timber in the background.
Parties are now getting closer, but still some points to be discussed. And then he then tweeted out again that Jurriën Timber deal now in the final stages, as revealed earlier, but no medical yet has been scheduled. There's still some details to clarify, but he said looks like a matter of time. And this deal will be done. And again, it's a big deal for Arsenal. And Jurriën Timber.
Happy.
By the way, if you want to find out more about Jurriën Timber, I urge you to go and watch the video that James did with the Ajax channel, where they really break down Jurriën Timber. So if you want to find out a bit more about him from, not a YouTube highlights video, from a fan that watches him every week, I implore you to go and watch that video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. You will miss nothing. We're keeping you updated with everything right throughout the summer here as regards transfers. But Jurriën Timber looks like a done deal. It's getting close. He will be a Gooner.
Love.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.